sources recently informed us that Miss Maxwell has exposed Meg's old CV, which allegedly shows that Meg earned money by playing adult games. There is now a lot of controversy surrounding the matter, with many questioning the legitimacy of the claims and the motives behind the release of the CV. We must delve deeper to uncover the truth behind Miss Maxwell's statement against Meg and understand her connection with Meg. Hello, welcome to Royal Rhymes. If you're fascinated by royalty and want to stay up to date on the latest news, this is the right channel for you. So, subscribe now to not miss any episodes and stay informed about everything happening in the world of royalty. The internet is buzzing with news of Mississippi Lane Maxwell's exposure of Meg's CV, revealing that Meg supposedly earned money by playing adult games. However, before we explore the controversy, let us first understand who Miss Maxwell is. She is a British convicted sex offender and former socialite who was found guilty of child sex trafficking and other offenses in connection with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender and financier, in 2021. In June 2022, she was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in a New York court. Prosecutors portrayed her as a sophisticated predator who preyed on vulnerable young girls, manipulated them, and offered them up to be sexually abused by Epstein, her longtime companion. During a 2005 search, Michael Dawson, a detective who took part in the operation, recorded how officers found a variety of sexualized images at Epstein's home. Prosecutors also found evidence of this, making the allegations against Miss Maxwell all the more serious. Detective Dawson showed a photograph of a box marked as twin torpedoes that allegedly contained sex toys, taken from an upstairs cupboard. They accused Maxwell of being involved in Epstein's abuse pyramid scheme, but the defense argued that Epstein kept secrets from Maxwell. Although the charges against Maxwell were for things that Epstein did, Caroline, who is connected to the most serious charges against Maxwell, claimed that she had been paid hundreds of times by the defendant for sex with Epstein from the ages of 14 to 18. She alleged that Maxwell arranged the appointments, paid her in $100 bills and told her she had a great body for Epstein and his friends. Regarding Meg's CV, it listed a range of skills and work experiences, including being a hostess and a masseuse. However, according to Maxwell, these titles were code for sex work. The release of the CV has sparked a debate about the stigma surrounding sex work and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. Some have argued that sex work should be recognized as valid employment and those who participate in it should not be stigmatized. These advocates believe sex workers should have the same employment rights and safeguards as any other worker. Conversely, some have criticized the disclosure of Meg's resume as a dual act of malice. They contend that Maxwell publicized the document to degrade and shame Meg while also avenging herself for Meg's alleged involvement in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. This release of her personal information highlights several important issues, such as human trafficking and the exploitation of the powerless. While many individuals are forced into sex work against their will and suffer abuse, it's crucial to recognize that some adults choose to engage in sexual intercourse for payment. This story also underscores the importance of confidentiality and privacy. Meg's CV was intended for private use only, and breaching her privacy by releasing it without her consent is a violation of her right to privacy. Keeping sensitive information like one's work history private is essential, especially in cases of individuals involved in sensitive matters. The release of Meg's CV by Just Lane Maxwell has created quite the stir and brought up essential topics surrounding sex work, human trafficking and privacy concerns. While the motives behind the release of the CV are unknown, it is vital to have transparent and open dialogues about these issues to create a just and impartial society for everyone. It is important to provide our opinions on whether Maxwell's claims are genuine or if she is just seeking revenge from Meg. It is worth noting that confidentiality and privacy are paramount, and Meg's alleged involvement in adult games should not expose her to public scrutiny without her consent. Did you like this video? Then watch this one that is appearing for you. I'm sure you'll like it too, and subscribe to the channel to not miss any updates on the royal family. Watch the video now.